on today's Camino Thoughts, immigration and politics. Now, I'm not going to get deep into the weeds in my personal beliefs, it's just observations as a traveler. So, when I first got to Spain, Torre Pacheco, in small-ish city in Spain, erupted with riots because a 68-year-old man was attacked by a guy who he said whose languages he didn't understand, and that then kicked off this series of anti-immigration protests, which turned into riots, which turned into summary beatings, which is terrible. It's awful. Then, about a week and a half later, a mosque was set on fire. And at first they said, oh, we don't know what caused it. Then the police said, we suspect arson. And then whether or not it was true, the most widely speculated reason for it was as an anti-immigration protest against the illegal Muslim immigrants from North Africa and the Middle East. Now, is that true? Still an investigation, but the fact that that was a widely assumed reason, especially at Torre Pacheco, tells you the extent of the illegal Muslim immigration problem from North Africa and the Middle East, at least as it is perceived by the public. And all over Europe, groups that have those concerns are being labeled as right-wing extremists and being pushed out of political participation. Their parties are being minimized, their concerns are being ignored, and they're being labeled racist. Well, all over Europe, Hungary is the best example. It's growing in Spain, and Spain and France, and it's happening in the United States, where immigration is the concern. Well, when you push these parties and these people out, eventually they bind together and get enough power. And then they don't have to have your care about their concerns. They don't have to have a coalition because they'll just be able to do whatever they want. And I fear for Spain because, fresh on the Spanish psyche is still a reconquista. These frontier towns that I was in, Castro and stuff, those castles were there to keep an eye on the Muslim empire. And the fact that Spanish politicians just ignore the concerns of everyday people, of the fact that you can hear more Arabic walking through center of Madrid than Spanish, the fact that walking around places like Pamplona in the off season you hear a bunch of Arabic, not Spanish, and in Barcelona, the extreme illegal immigration problem there on La Rambla, where even the Spanish say you don't go there because you'll be robbed or pickpocketed, and the restrictions from the EU, it makes me concerned for Spain, and not just Spain, but all of Europe and the United States. What's going to happen when the parties that have those true extremist views on the issue get power? Hopefully it's not the worst.